Most people think the body breaks down because of age alone. But that is not the whole truth. For many people over 60, the real damage happens quietly in the kitchen. Every day, modern meals strip away energy, slow digestion, inflame the joints, and leave the body weaker than it needs to be. And yet, for generations, the Amish lived differently. They did not depend on expensive powders, trendy diets, or processed convenience food. They built strength with simple meals, old habits, and ingredients close to the earth. Meals that did not just fill the stomach, but steadily supported the body.
That is what makes these foods so powerful. They are not extreme. They are simple, practical, and deeply repeatable. And after 60, repeatable matters more than dramatic. Because the body responds best to what is gentle, nourishing, and consistent.
So here are 20 Amish meals that quietly heal the body after 60. Some support strength. Some calm inflammation. Some help digestion, sleep, and steady energy. But all of them come from an older kind of wisdom most people left behind.
Meal 1 is lentil stew. It is one of the simplest ways to support the body without overspending. Lentils are rich in plant protein, iron, and fiber, which makes them especially useful for older adults who need steady energy and easier digestion. The Amish have relied on meals like this for generations because they are filling, warming, and deeply practical.
What looks poor by modern standards was often rich and exactly what the body needed.
Meal 2 is barley bread. Many modern breads are full of additives and leave people feeling bloated and tired. Barley bread is simpler, heavier in a good way, and more satisfying. A homemade loaf made from barley flour, water, salt, and a little honey can replace one of the most common daily foods that quietly works against the body.
And that is the pattern you are going to see again and again. The Amish did not chase more food. They chose better food.
Meal 3 is honey and olive oil porridge. A lot of people over 60 begin the day with sugary breakfasts that create a quick spike and then a crash. A warm bowl of oats with a little raw honey and olive oil gives the body slower energy, more comfort, and less strain on digestion.
It is not flashy. But sometimes the meals that look the plainest are the ones that quietly restore the most.
Meal 4 is fig and walnut salad. Figs bring fiber and minerals. Walnuts provide healthy fats that support the brain and heart. Together with bitter greens and olive oil, they create a light meal that nourishes without making the body feel heavy.
And after 60, that matters. Heavy meals do not just make people sleepy. They steal the rest of the day.
Meal 5 is roasted lamb with herbs. Quality protein becomes more important with age, especially for maintaining strength. The Amish often paired meat with fresh herbs like rosemary and mint, which helped make the meal both strengthening and easier to digest.
Now here is where it gets even more interesting. Some of the most healing meals are not about strength at all. They are about relief.
Meal 6 is cucumber and dill salad. It sounds small, but it answers a quiet problem many older adults live with: low-level dehydration. Cucumbers bring water and freshness. Dill adds gentle digestive support. It is a simple meal that helps the body feel lighter and less inflamed. Meal 7 is garlic and olive oil soup. Garlic has long been valued in old kitchens as a food for cold seasons and weak bodies. Roasted gently into broth, it becomes warming, soothing, and easy to take in when the body feels run down.
One bowl like that can feel like comfort, but deeper than comfort. It feels like the body is finally being helped instead of irritated.
Meal 8 is grape leaf wraps with herb rice. This is one of those meals that carries more than nutrition. It carries memory. Grape leaves, herbs, rice, and lemon create something light, fresh, and deeply rooted in old-world food culture. It is the kind of meal that reminds you healing is often built from simple things prepared with care.
Meal 9 is where many people begin to realize how much damage modern grain has done.
Spelt porridge with dates is gentler than many modern wheat-based breakfasts. Spelt is an older grain, and when soaked and cooked slowly, it becomes much easier on digestion. Add dates and cinnamon, and you have a breakfast that feels comforting without being destructive. Meal 10 is greens with pomegranate dressing. Store-bought dressings often hide cheap oils and unnecessary additives. A simple dressing made with pomegranate juice, olive oil, and garlic turns salad back into something that actually supports the body.
And if even one of these first 10 meals already feels like something your body has been missing, Imagine what happens when a person builds a week around them instead of living on processed food.
Meal 11 is fresh goat's cheese with herbs. It is lighter than many dairy foods and often easier to digest. It gives calcium, protein, and freshness without the heaviness many people struggle with. Meal 12 is mustard seed vegetable broth. This kind of broth was valued for warmth, circulation, and easing stiffness. In a world where many people reach for expensive fixes first, the Amish often trusted what could simmer quietly in a pot.
Not because it was trendy, because it worked.
Meal 13 is baked fish with dill and lemon. It is one of the cleanest meals on this list for supporting the brain, the heart, and overall energy. Fish gives nourishment without the drag of a heavier dinner. Meal 14 is almond and honey flatbread. This answers the craving for sweetness without sinking the body deeper into sugar dependence. Ground almonds, a little honey, and simple preparation can give satisfaction without the crash. Meal 15 is leek and onion soup. This is one of those old meals that feels almost medicinal in its simplicity. Warm, soft, and easy to digest, it supports the body when heavier foods become too much.
And the final 5 may be the most practical of all, because they fit easily into ordinary life.
Meal 16 is roasted root vegetables with cumin. Beets, carrots, parsnips, and turnips are grounding foods. They support circulation, steady energy, and seasonal nourishment. Meal 17 is a raw olive oil tonic. Just a small amount of good olive oil in the morning has long been used as a gentle support for digestion and daily regularity. Meal 18 is an herb and egg skillet. Eggs give complete protein, and when paired with herbs, they create a fast, deeply nourishing breakfast that supports strength without complication. Meal 19 is dried fruit and seed mix. Instead of snacking on processed foods that spike blood sugar, the Amish often relied on simple portable foods that offered minerals, healthy fats, and real staying power. And Meal 20 is warm spiced milk with turmeric and honey. Not really a meal in the heavy sense, but a powerful evening ritual. It soothes the body, settles the mind, and prepares it for rest, which may be one of the most healing things of all.
That is the deeper truth here. The Amish way was never about doing everything perfectly. It was about building life around small faithful habits. A better loaf of bread. A gentler breakfast. A soup that warms instead of depletes. A simple evening drink that helps the body rest. You do not need a farm. You do not need to overhaul your whole life tonight. You just need one meal. One old habit. One quiet return to what the body has been asking for all along.
Pick one of these 20 meals and make it this week. Start there. Sometimes healing begins with something as small as what you put in the pot.
And if this kind of forgotten Amish wisdom speaks to you, stay close. Because there is still so much old knowledge left to recover.